I am Jonathan West. You are watching Death Valley Television, and your Death Valley Technical Scavengers are 4-0 on the season, but arguably their toughest 2 games of the season are coming up as they head to the swamp to take on the Florida Gators. And I can tell you folks from the weather forecast, the stadium will live up to its name from the sounds of things. It is expected to rain, more rain, and then some rain after that. So it is going to be a literal swamp inside Gainsville today. A very interesting situation to be in. We'll see how that affects both teams in the long run in this ball game. But the Scavengers get ready for conference play in the next couple weeks with their 2 biggest games of the season. Florida this week. Next week they head up to Happy Valley to face Penn State. And it is 2 of the top teams in college football right now as well. So it is a real true test for this team. Now luckily, the Gators are dealing with some injuries on their defensive front. Robert McGarity, their defensive tackle, is out, and a backup in Alan Warren also out. So a big positive there. As for their offense, well, Elias Woolfolk will be their quarterback. The sophomore has been a pretty solid player for them in only 1 year. He threw 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1,200 yards in his playing time last year. Now, he runs the ship. It is his team, and he has some very good weapons around him like Nathan Priester. The fellow sophomore out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Number 14 is a big physical threat. And, well, 5 touchdowns already on the season, I think says all you need to know about how well he finds the end zone. The biggest question, though, is how will this DVT offense face this defensive front? Jimmy Francisco is their top rusher, and this dude is a monster. When I say he is terrifying, I mean it. 6 sacks already this season. That ties his high 2 seasons ago. He's 5 off his high last season. The season truly just began, it feels like. On the other side of him, it's Alfonso Fitzsimmons. So 2 rushers that can do a ton of damage. Between them, 11 sacks already this season. That is 5 sacks already for Alfonso Fitzsimmons. He had 16 all of last year. Keep in mind, on the other side, Francisco had 11. It is a monster tandem, and something the Scavengers are going to have to be ready to deal with. Those tackles going to be tested, and this offensive line going to have to play their best game of their life if they're going to contend with the Florida Gators this week. Down in the swamp, it looks like a mess. It feels like a mess, and we'll see how much of a mess this causes this game to look like as we get ready for things. And we are off in this one. The Scavengers look to return to start things. Ty Tabor to begin. He's got a bit of room, but caught quickly as he gets up past the 25. Roosevelt Lamar off to a slow start, only 6 catches, but a hybrid tight end who has played fairly well so far this season is Josh Bush out of the gun. And Bush hands off to Nico Blanco, who had a great game last week. He has been announced as the lead back for now, as it has been a running back by committee as that one's intercepted. And you have got to be kidding me. A pick 6 off the bat. There is a flag. And it will be PI on Tim Mixon. That's at least going to bring this one back and give the ball back to DVT. We'll take it. They got away with one there at least. Back to the ground game they go, when Nico Blanco averaged 8 yards a carry last week. We'll see if he can do that kind of damage in this weather as BJ Crow Tony V takes it outside as Albert Puzzles is going to have his hands full today. against the defensive tackles for Florida. Got called for a hold on the last play, 2nd and 11. Bush over the middle, should have been picked. That was right in the defender's hands, but it brings up 3rd and 11 now. RPO situation. Zubnar is close. And that's Matlock, the backup defensive tackle, who's banged up, as it's going to be 4th and inches. The offense remains out there. BJ Crow in, but they just sneak it over the middle. It gets them the first, and the Scavengers keep this offensive drive moving. Bush with time, takes a shot. It's incomplete. It looked like Dotson had it. He didn't. And instead, it's going to be 2nd and 10. They flip this one to Slade. Enough room there to find a bit. He'll gain 4 on that one. And it'll be 3rd and 6. This crowd is electric today. Bush with plenty of time. Time ran out for him as he just got rid of it. Incomplete. And it's time to see this Florida offense go to work. We'll see how good their passing attack is with this weather at hand as they begin on the ground as well and pick up 4. 2nd and 6. Another run, but Earl Shell and company get there, as it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 early. Pressure sent. Woolfolk is caught. Benji Duke with the sack. They brought the pressure. It works out, and it's a big stop right off the bat by this DVT defense. Coach Booker with a big smile on his face as Benji Duke collects the first sack of the day. And the Scavengers get great starting field position thanks to this weather. A pitch here out to Crow. He gets room. What a run to start this drive. Gain of 18. The power back showing the movement off the toss. Now they go right up the gut with BJ Crow. He'll pick up 5 there. And Blanco checks back in as they go to the gun. Bush. Screen set up. It's Zubnar. He's got the first and more down at the 10. So a new set of downs. Now 1st and goal. Handoff goes to Blanco. He's caught quick. Not far there. As it'll set up 2nd and goal. The crowd at a bit of a peaceful situation here. Bush with time, plenty of it. Finds Tevin Nicholas in the end zone. Touchdown Scavengers. They strike first as the freshman finds pay dirt in Gainesville. And it was just very, very simple. An easy dig route for Tevin Nicholas. He finds a bit of room, and it's an easy pitch and catch. And that offensive line played their best, I'd say, on that short drive there. We'll see if this defense can replicate what they did, as that's Nash who's the first man there, getting to the running back. As Gash trying to gash this offensive line, can't do much there, as that's going to be a decent pickup there. Makes it a more manageable 3rd and 6. Only rushing 4 of the Scavengers, as that leaves a man open and a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Handoff, nowhere to go. Holbrook came down, made the play with Petty. 2nd and 10, more than likely the last play of the first quarter here, as this one is caught, and it's going to be a big play for the Gators. A big shoulder thrown by Millhauser, but it takes us to the end of the first quarter. Scavengers up 7-0 early here. This defense has played well so far. They've got to keep that pressure on Elias Woolfolk and keep bringing it against this Florida Gators offense. Second quarter of action getting underway here. Elias Woolfork in the gun. And no shock. Here they go to the ground, but Earl Shell stuffs them. Garcia went nowhere. And now he'll go in motion here. Second and 10. Woolfork moving in the pocket. Goes to Garcia. He's bottled up. Good tackle, Jaden Anthony. Third and 12. A big third down. Only rushing 3 of the Scavengers. Woolfork just got by Shell, and he's going to have the first and more into the red zone. Shell missed a big sack there, and I just think he overran Woolfork as Garcia takes the handoff for a gain of 6. Second and 4. Woolfork looking to throw out the split back set. He goes down. And that's just fighting through everything. Ahmad Kiki. Another sack on the day already. And this defensive front has done its job today. You cannot say they haven't gotten the job done this time around. Third and 12. And Shell not going to miss this one. The ball's loose. It's picked up by Florida. But more importantly, Earl Shell gets this sack. That's going to force Florida to have to settle for a field goal in this weather. But Earl Shell was not going to miss another opportunity. Pushes the guard right back and wins that one. 4th and 25. It's a big kick here. 52-yarder is good right down Main Street. That thing might have been good from 62 yards. So 7-3 Scavengers on top here. Can they keep their success going as B.J. Crow on the toss doesn't work the same this time around. Second and 10 out of the gun. Blanco. He gets the handoff. He finds a bit of room, and that's going to be a solid pickup of about 6 to 7. Third down and 3. They flip this one to Slade. Slade with a block from Blanco, and it's a new set of downs. First and 10. Nico doing everything today. Delayed handoff. Nico up the middle, and it's going to be a nice gain of 8. Tony Vichek's in to spell Blanco here. They go Tony's way, but he's collapsed on. So a big loss now setting up 3rd and 5. John Bush hands this one off. Blanco fights forward, and the offense stays out there on 4th and 2. Hand off to Blanco. He fights, but doesn't get it. So a turnover on downs here now gives the ball in good field position to the Gators. RPO here. The tight end wide open to the 30, the 20, down inside the 15. First and 10. Woolfork made the big play off the RPO on the last one. This play action doesn't do as much. But second and 10. 2 minutes to go in this first half of action. Woolfork. Pressured. Checks this one down to Garcia. He doesn't go far. Third down and 9. Under a minute and a half to go in the half. This one is incomplete. John Crane in coverage. And that's going to force another field goal attempt. This time a chip shot. And it is good. So the Gators making a 1-point ball game. Minute 17 left to go in this one. They are set up for that fade out that they love so much with Zubnar speed. And they're going to go for it. It's knocked away, nearly intercepted off the tip. And it'll be second and 10. They're going to do it again. This time, though, Tevin Nicholas the target, and that one worked out. First and 10. Under a minute to go. 2 timeouts left. And Nicholas can't hold that one in. He wasn't ready for that one, it looked like. Second and 10. 3 straight times they ran that play as the pressure gets there, but luckily throwing out of the sack is Bush. Third down and 10 in the empty. Takes the shot and well off the mark for Zubnar. That's going to give Florida a chance with 27 seconds and all 3 timeouts. Pressured. Woolfolk finds his man. That's Priester. And he's going to have a gain of 4. Second and 6. Woolfolk takes the shot. Nearly intercepted. Jaden Anthony knocks that one away. Third down and 6. Pressure could not get there as this one is knocked away by John Crane. And we head to halftime. A low-scoring affair in the rain, 7-6. Scavengers on top right now, and they've been more balanced than Florida has been, but their passing has not looked pretty today. You can blame the weather all you want, but the Scavengers need to utilize that ground game, and they need to do it smartly. They can't be taking too many risks. And if the Gators get Woolfolk on the run again, it could be a bad time for this Scavengers defense. We'll see if they can finish the job in the second half. Second half of action starting here in the Swamp. The Gators begin with the footballs. Garcia's got room, and this is arguably his best run of the day. Big first down to start on the ground for Florida. Man in motion. It's a handoff. Garcia doesn't find much this time around. Second and 8. Holbrook in the box. And they'll go Garcia again. He's got another nice pickup. It's a manageable third down and 4. And underneath, this one's caught just enough for the first. The Gators move the sticks and keep this drive going. As Woolfolk, 100 completed passes this season now with that completion. A new set of downs for the Gators, down only 1 point here, as this handoff is going to get them an 8-yard pickup. Second and 2. Garcia gets the handoff, and he is stuffed in the backfield. It was Duke and Shell back there. Third and 5. Woolfolk pressured quickly. He goes down. Earl Shell, sack number 2 on the day. They sent everything that time, and Shell comes through unblocked. You cannot do that with number 0 on the edge. So it's a new offensive possession for DVT as they begin their first drive of the second half. And Nico Blanco starting on a good note with a 6-yard pickup. Second and 4. Bush. Hands off to Nico. Nico fighting. Would not be denied. They call him short. I don't like that call one bit. As BJ Crow checks in. They go Crow's way. He's got enough. So they'll empty it out. Look like they're in that formation for the fade out. Try and take advantage of a deep shot. They go to the screen game, and I'd say an incompletion's the best bet there. Second and 10. Screen setup. Blanco has it and picks up 8. They'll take that with ease. Third down and 2 now. BJ Crow is checked in. They go his way up the middle. He'll have a first down. So a new set of downs. They are taking their time with this ground game here on this drive, and they are fine with it. Blanco finds room but a flag flies, and Albert Puzzle's going to get called for the hold. He's had a day against these Gators defensive tackles. It's been a rough outing against them. Every once in a while holding his own, but he struggled a bit as that one is dropped for Nicholas. 2nd and 14. And it's a QB draw. An interesting call there. It certainly didn't work out great, as it's 3rd and 13 now. Bush needs the big play. One Slade, and that one off his hands. So back to Florida we go, as the Gators offense back to work, and Garcia picks up 6. 2nd and 4. Will Fulk hands off, and stuffed is Garcia. 3rd and 3. They bring a bit of pressure. Woolfolk gets the ball to Garcia. It's a new set of downs. Shotgun set for the Gators. Hand off to Garcia. He fights forward. Gain of 9 as it takes us to the 4th and final quarter, folks. Throw up those 4s. It's a 1-point game here in this mess of weather. And it has not been a good offensive showing for the Scavengers. Here we go, one final quarter of action here in Gainesville. Play action. Will Fulk finds his man, but he's not going to go anywhere. 3rd down and 3. Big chance for this defense. Will Fulk finds him wide open, but through his hands. A massive incompletion as it gives the ball back to the Scavengers after the punt. Over the middle, that one could have been picked off. That was a scary looking throw there. Either way, it makes 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Bush underneath finds Jermaine Strong. He picks up 9 and makes it 3rd down and 1. B.J. Crow territory, and right up the middle, Crow's got the 1st and more. 1st and 10, under 9 minutes to go in this one. Play action off Crow. It's Dakota Pounds, and he'll have a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Play action here off Blanco, and that one is intercepted. It is the first interception by John Bush to a player not wearing a Michigan uniform. And that is a killer right now. You give the Gators great field position in this weather, and it could be the end of it. Joey Trejo with the interception, and now the defense has to keep doing what they've been doing. As Garcia gets brought down by Millhauser, only a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Will Fulk getting outside. He's on the run and slides down just in front of the sticks. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Will Fulk pressured. He swings it out. That's going to be a loss of 3, and they do get the stop. So a big stop here with 6 minutes to go. They jet past this one to Slade. It did not work, as that brings up 2nd and 15. This offense has struggled to find their mojo today, as a 5-yard pickup there for Blanco brings up 3rd down and 10. Bush sets up the bubble screen for Slade, and he'll be just shy, and the offense is out there. This is getting a little crazy on Coach Booker's part. B.J. Crow hesitates, finds the 1st. He's got it. So a new set of downs And they go back to work with Nico. It's his best run of the day. They've got it into Gator territory. Hand off to Blanco again. He's got room. And that's going to be about a 9 to 10 yard pickup. Tony V checks in. Hand off. Up the middle. First down and more. His best run of the day. They found the momentum right at the end. 2 minutes left to go here. As Nico up the middle with another decent pickup. First timeout taken by the Gators. 2nd and 7. A first down could end this ball game possibly as Bush gets leveled there. 2nd timeout taken. 3rd and 11. Bush to throw. And connects! It's Alex Slade on the catch, and that first down will end it. The Scavengers survive in Florida. That's the easiest way to put it. They survived this game. A 7-6 win, and it was terrifying with the way that offense was playing. You can blame the weather. You can blame whatever you want to blame. The offense clicked for one drive and the last drive. That was it. They could not find anything to get them going. It was 12 of 24 for 95 yards for John Bush. Arguably his worst game as a Scavenger. You can make that argument. Nico Blanco playing very well, especially right there at the end to seal that game away. Once again, I think that lead back status is right there for Blanco. But they could not find anything offensively in the passing attack outside of the first drive with Tevin Nicholas's touchdown. Now defensively, they had an outstanding performance against an offense that it was really believed they were going to struggle against. Earl Shell, 2 sacks. Ahmad Kiki powered through the guards. Benji Duke gets his first sack of the season. A big outing for this defensive line as they find a way to take the fight to Florida and really are the reason the Scavengers came out with a win this week. Your Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week goes to Earl Shell as well. So no real surprise there as he had a phenomenal outing. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if he won the National Defensive Player of the Week as well. So a big week for Earl Shell, and a bigger week is a positive for DVT as they now get ready for their last non-conference game of the season as they face the Penn State Nittany Lions up in Happy Valley. It's bound to be another tough outing.